A woman sat across from a teacher and said, with a hardness in her voice she had carried for 30 years, "My father is dead. We never made peace. He hurt me, and then he died before I could ever say what I needed to say. So whatever you are about to tell me about forgiveness, it's too late. He's gone. There is no one left to forgive." The teacher was quiet for a long moment. Then he said something that made no sense to her at all. "Your father is not gone. Your father is sitting in that chair right now. He is in every cell of your body, and he has never stopped waiting for this conversation." She thought he was speaking in riddles. She thought it was a comforting lie. It was neither. It was the most literal thing he could possibly have said. And if you carry an unfinished wound from a parent, one who is gone, or one who is still here but separated from you by a silence that has lasted years, then what I am about to tell you is going to dismantle the one belief that has kept that wound frozen all this time. The belief that it is too late. It is not too late. It was never too late. And the reason why is hidden in the most extraordinary fact about your own body. Here is the first illusion, and it is the one nearly everyone with a wounded relationship lives inside. You believe your parent is separate from you. Out there, a different person who did things to you, who hurt you, who failed you, and who now exists either far away behind a wall of estrangement or gone entirely behind the wall of death. And because they are separate and out of reach, the wound feels permanent, sealed, a door that closed and can never be opened again. So you carry it, you manage it, you build your whole life around the ache of a reconciliation that you have decided can never happen. But look more closely, really look, and the entire foundation of that belief begins to crack. Where did you come from? Not philosophically, physically. Your body was made from your mother's body. You grew inside her, cell by cell, built from her flesh, her blood, her warmth. Half of every strand of your DNA was handed to you by your father. The shape of your hands, the sound of your laugh, the way you tilt your head when you're thinking, look at them. Some of them are not yours. They are theirs, living on in you. Your parents are not somewhere out there, separate from you. Your parents are in you, in every cell, in the very material of your being. You did not come from them and then leave. You are their continuation, walking around in the world, right now. This is not a metaphor. This is not poetry. This is simply, biologically, what you are. There is a teaching that captures this with startling clarity. It says that when you look deeply into your own hand, you can see your parents and all your ancestors. They are not dead and gone. They are fully present, alive in every cell of your body, and you carry them into the future with every step you take. You are the continuation of your father. You are the continuation of your mother, whether you wanted to be or not, whether the relationship was loving or full of pain. They are in you, and this changes everything about reconciliation. Because if your parent lives on in your own body, then the conversation you thought was impossible, the one you believed died with them, or was lost forever to estrangement, that conversation is not out of reach at all. The other party to it is closer than your own breath. They are not in a grave. They are not behind a wall. They are in your hands, in your heart, in the very cells that are reading meaning into these words right now. You do not have to reach across death or distance to find your parent. You only have to look inward. They have been there the whole time. But here is the part that makes real reconciliation possible, and it is the hardest turn of all. You have always seen your parent as the adult who hurt you, powerful, in control, responsible, the one who should have known better, who should have protected you, who should have loved you the way you needed and did not. And as long as you only see that towering adult figure, the anger has nowhere to go. So try, instead, to look deeper. Try to see your father not as the man who hurt you, but as a small child, a 5-year-old boy, long before he was anyone's father, frightened and vulnerable, shaped by his own wounds, raised by his own parents, who very likely hurt him in the exact ways he would one day hurt you. See your mother as a little girl, carrying pain she never chose, never healed, and never knew how to stop passing down. There is a practice for this, and it is quietly devastating in its power. You breathe in, and you see yourself as a 5-year-old child, small, tender, easily wounded. You breathe out, and you hold that child in your heart with compassion. And then you breathe in again, and you see your father as a 5-year-old child, equally small, equally tender, equally wounded. You breathe out, and you offer that child your compassion too. Because almost no one who causes pain invented that pain themselves. They are passing on what was passed to them, a wound traveling down through the generations, parent to child, each one wounding the next not out of evil, but out of their own unhealed suffering. Your father hurt you because someone hurt him. Your mother failed you in the way she herself was failed. This does not excuse what happened to you, but it transforms it. Because the moment you see the frightened child inside the parent who hurt you, the anger begins, slowly, to turn into something almost unbearable in its tenderness, understanding. And here is where the reconciliation actually happens, not in some impossible meeting that can never occur, but right inside you. Because you are the continuation of your parents, you hold the power to do something they may never have been able to do. You can be the one who finally heals the wound, not just for yourself, but backward through the entire line. When you hold your own suffering with compassion, you are also holding theirs. When you make peace with the wounded child inside you, you are also making peace with the wounded child inside them. The child they still carry, the child you now carry on their behalf. You can speak to them, not at a grave, not through a wall of silence. Inwardly, in the quiet of your own deep looking, you can finally say the things that were never said. You can say to your father, living in your cells, I see your pain now. I see the frightened child you were. I understand how you came to hurt me, and I am ready to put this burden down. And something extraordinary happens when you do, because the father in your cells is not a memory. He is a living presence, and the peace you make with him is real. It lands. It heals something that no graveside visit and no final conversation ever could. This is the love letter, not words on a page, a reconciliation written into your own body, a peace made with the parents who live on inside you, offered backward to heal them and forward to free you. There is one more thing, and it is the most freeing of all. When you reconcile with your parents this way, you are not only healing the past, you are stopping the wound from traveling any further. Because the pain that was passed to you, the coldness, the criticism, the absence, the anger, if you do not heal it, you will pass it on to your own children, to everyone you love. The wound does not stop on its own. It travels down the generations until someone, somewhere in the line, becomes conscious enough, brave enough, awake enough to finally hold it with compassion and refuse to pass it on. You can be that person. You can be the one in whom the long chain of inherited suffering finally comes to rest. And when you make peace with the mother and father living in your own cells, you do not just free yourself. You reach backward and free them, and you reach forward and free everyone who comes after you. That is the miracle hidden inside the wound you thought could never heal. So tonight, sit quietly and place one hand on your own chest. Feel the body that your parents built. Feel the cells that carry them still. And know that they are right there, not gone, not unreachable, but as close as your own heartbeat. Breathe in and see the small, frightened child you once were. Breathe out and hold that child with all the tenderness they deserved and may not have received. Then breathe in again and see the small, frightened child your father once was, the little girl your mother once was, wounded like you, carrying pain they never chose like you. And breathe out and offer them, at last, the thing you have both been waiting for across all these years and even across death itself. Not because they earned it, but because you are their continuation, and the peace you have been waiting for them to give you. You were always the one with the power to create it. It was never too late. It was only waiting for you to look inward and begin.